Come on, you want to take Google Earth to the synagogue of Satan? All you got to do is type in Washington, D.C. Go right there to the Washington Monument and then back up a little bit, and we're going to go to the Lincoln Memorial. It's going to be right here. It's a temple, and it says the people put their back against the temple and then face due east, and then you'll see the Washington Monument right there. And of course, that's a big obelisk, and it says facing the rising sun. I think that's 666 all over it. There's that triangle right there. That's on the back of the $1 bill. And this is all next on the trumpet. The number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Lincoln's staring straight at the first 666 I'm going to show you. The Washington Monument is 555 feet tall. And if you take that, 555, times 12 inches, well, there's the number. If you remember at the beginning of the video, there was a big triangle right there behind the Washington Monument. And if you use the measuring tool and you put the tip of it right there at the bottom of the pyramid, you'll see that same number come up again right there. The pyramid is just like the one on the back of the $1 bill. And if you count the lines of the streets that go through that particular piece of pyramid, I mean, you do know this stuff's all over the internet. Synagogue of Satan, Star of Renton. 6,660 feet is the underground entrance to the Capitol. So at the other end of the Capitol, where the pyramid and the obelisk are, is a Lincoln Memorial, which is a temple, and it faces east. And I'm going to tell you all about that in just a minute, but if you click on that little blue ellipse right there and scroll around a little bit, you can see right inside the temple, and there's Lincoln sitting in the chair with his back to the temple. It says temple right there. Lincoln has his back to the temple facing east. This is the book of Ezekiel in the Old Testament. Men with their backs towards the temple, facing towards the east, and they worship the sun towards the east. That's him in the temple right there. And that obelisk is exactly what he's facing east. This has got stonemason/Freemason written all over it. Washington's stonemason ponytail with his back to God. That's because Washington thought he was super special. You know it's painted right there on the dome of the Capitol. Washington ascending into heaven as a god. Washington ascending into the heavens. I am a 33rd degree Mason and I'm going to heaven. One of the greatest abominations pointed out in the Bible is when men have their back to the temple facing east, worshiping towards the rising sun. Turning your back on the temple, just like turning your back on God. Bro, you got all these people shaking their heads down here.